exhibition at Salisbury Museum. Now in the last part of the exhibition, so we're moving north and overseas, the landscapes that he captured. But just looking here, he was a really keen diary keeper, and I love this. He says, he wrote this in 1909, one of the things I think that gives me each year fresh enjoyment in my work is the realm of experiment. And when you look at the works, I think you'll agree that he has pushed the boundaries of watercolour, of laying on different media and working back in with pencil and with a fine paintbrush. Here we are at St David's. The previous work was Worcester. And now we're moving around, and this is really sweet. This is York and this dog waiting very patiently for these people to finish their conversation so they can carry on with the walk. So there's a humanity to the landscapes that he creates. And also I think it's capturing the wonder, the beauty of nature, the light, the sky, the form of trees. And here we're a bit further north. This is Whitby, and it's called Veiled Sunlight. And this, just a village, reminds me of kind of more modern version of Claude Lorraine, that sort of Arcadian landscape where you've got paths and people in the foreground going about their business. So now we're moving to Europe, and this is Luzerne, and it feels much more expressionist in style. And here we've got Normandy and beans, and then mother and child, and then the architecture in the background. And this is again Normandy. Very hard to see with the reflections, but the way he's captured the light at the horizon, the sunset. This was painted in 1922, so he had an incredibly long career. This is another stunning cathedral. So this is Mont Saint-Michel, and the feel of it, the weight of it is very much like our own painting in our own collection of Salisbury Cathedral. So this is another stunner. This is sunset at Bruges. And again, you've got this mix of landscape, architecture, human activity. And then we've got a pair, so we've got the canal at Dort. And red tile roofs, water, light and air. And here is Florence from the hills. And again, the family with their animals going about their business. And Albert Goodwin did travel quite far. So this is actually Demerara, and this is watercolour and body colour. A bit hard to see because of the reflections. But there's just the moon. So the moon and the sun, these sort of ends of the day where you get such incredible effects. And then finally, we think that this was drawn in the West Indies. These trees, which are just so elegantly described. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these trips around our wonderful Albert Goodwin exhibition.